This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, December 7th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. On Wednesday afternoon, about 5 o'clock, Anne Arundel County Police responded to a 911 call coming from the 7500 block of Newmanstown Drive in Hanover. When they arrived, they found it was a model home or a home sales center by Ryan Homes. They entered the home and found Stephen Bernard Wilson, a 33-year-old real estate agent from Annapolis, deceased. They did determine that he was a sales and marketing representative for Ryan Homes, selling one of the model homes in the community. Evidence at the scene suggested that it was a homicide, and an autopsy is going to be performed by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. This is a very active and fluid investigation, and police are asking anybody that may have any additional information to contact the homicide unit at 410-222-4731. At this time, there are no suspects, and to be quite honest with you, it is a terrifying thought for anybody that is in the real estate business. The Maryland State Police have arrested Russell Isaac. He's 90 years old from Bowie, Maryland, and he is suspected of raping two minors at an Eastern Shore private school in the late 1960s. In May 2016, a female victim came forward and disclosed that in the late 60s, she was a 14-year-old student at the W.C. Moffitt School, which is no longer in existence, but it was in Barclay, Maryland, where Isaac was the principal. Through investigation, Maryland State Police located a second victim who reported to have also been sexually assaulted by Isaac when she was 15 years old. According to the victims, the assaults occurred at the school between 1966 and 1968. The Maryland State Police investigators do believe there are additional victims, and anybody who has information on this case is asked to contact the Centerville Barracks at 410-758-1101. Well, this is a pain in the ass for 4.5 million Maryland drivers. After 9/11, federal law established the Real ID. And to be honest with you, I thought Maryland had already adopted that with the new licenses, but not so. By October 2020, everybody in Maryland will have to have a Real ID compliant driver's license. By 2020, the old Maryland licenses will no longer exist, and even the new ones may not be compliant. Now, to make sure you're compliant, you're going to need to bring 4 documents to your local MVA branch office. That would be a birth certificate or passport. You'll need a social security card, a driver's license, and then 1 document proving your Maryland residency, which could be like a utility bill or a bank statement, mortgage statement, rental agreement, etc. And this Real ID is going to be needed to get into any kind of a federal building, any kind of base or military installation, as well as to fly. And according to BWI Marshal Administrator Ricky Smith, if a traveler can't provide an acceptable form of ID, they will not be permitted through security here at BWI or any other airport across the country. So within the next year and a half, I guess, 4.5 million drivers in Maryland will need to go to their local MVA to provide documentation of who they are and where they live. I love it when Google makes a mistake, and this one, boy, I would have been crying if it was me. But a Google worker who was training with the Google advertising group apparently had some fat fingers. He was shown how to use an electronic system, and he went a little bit further than he intended. And what he did is he actually submitted a buy order for a fake ad. Now, the fake ad was just a yellow box. What he did was he authorized payment of $25 per CPM, which is a cost per thousand rate, which is about 10 times higher than the usual $2 to $4 rate for a CPM. Now, the ad appeared on websites for about 45 minutes in the U.S. and Australia on Tuesday. Google did discover it. They did pull it down, and they have said that they're going to honor payments to publishers for any ads that were purchased. So what do you think the cost is for running a ad at $25 CPM for 45 minutes through Google? Looks like Google is going to pay out those publishers $10 million for 45 minutes. Unbelievable. Hey, that is about it for the top news today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day. We don't know what's coming down the pike. You want to recommend us to your friends and colleagues. You want to make sure that you're checking that link in our show notes to see all the different ways that you can connect us. If you find an opportunity to give us a rating or a review, please do that. You want to hang tight because we have George Young with your local DMV weather coming up in just a minute. And it is Friday, so we've got our picks for the stuff to do this weekend. Top of my list, go Navy, beat Army.
There is a diamond of diamonds. It's from De Beers. Only 14 diamond tears in the world can touch them. Its name, Forevermark. And Zachary's is the only jeweler in the Annapolis area that has it. Not only is it beautiful and rare, it has a story, supporting women in diamond-producing areas around the world. So when you give a Forevermark diamond, you don't just give, you give back. Zachary's and Forevermark, a jeweler and a jewel. Online at zacharysjewelers.com.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here's your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, December 7th. The general forecast for the next 7 days or so for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County is pretty straightforward. Below average temps each day with highs mid-30s to mid-40s and plenty of sunshine to break up the monotony of darkness and gray clouds. That is inherently part of the deal with the winter months. Of course, the caveat to that blanket statement is except for Sunday into Monday. And while many more factors than not right now point to very little, if any, snow for the region in that time frame, the threat of snow is by no means a non-threat at this point, as storms often shift north or northwest on their projected model track in the 3 to 4 day range out from the anticipated arrival time. So we'll continue to watch the progress of this still evolving winter storm, and we'll say stay tuned for updates throughout the day today and through tomorrow as everything comes into a little better focus. And with that being said, look for our one and only one official forecast for this storm to be posted later this morning or in the early afternoon hours, which you can access via our app, website, or Facebook or Twitter pages. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Enjoy the weekend ahead as we get that much closer to Christmas and 2019. And be sure to download our free app by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter or on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed. And it's not too late to join in on our first official snowfall prediction contest of the season on our Facebook page for the potential winter storm this Sunday into Monday. So check it out and put in your prediction if you haven't done so already, as the winner gets a $50 Visa gift card just in time to round out 2018.
From Main Street to Maryland Avenue, West Street to Ego Alley, and the circles in between. Shop local this holiday season by shopping at Midnight Madness in historic downtown Annapolis, with all stores open until midnight this Thursday. Post a selfie from Snowflake Alley, sip cocoa on City Dock, visit the baby alpacas, and on every street corner, enjoy dancers, carolers, and music. It's Midnight Madness. Visit DowntownAnnapolisPartnership.org. Midnight Madness is sponsored by the Downtown Annapolis Partnership, Sheehy Lexus of Annapolis, and WRNR.
Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Thank God it's...
Busy weekend. Let's get right into it. Starts off tonight at 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Naval Academy. It is Holiday by the Bay. You can join the Naval Academy Band. It's a concert that will take place at 7:30 p.m. at the main chapel on the grounds of the Naval Academy. Like every Naval Academy Band concert, this one is also free and open to the public with no tickets required. And the chapel, for those that are interested, is just inside of Gate 3, which is at the dead end of Maryland Avenue. And to get through that gate, you are going to need to have proper ID. Just up the road on Maryland Avenue on Friday night. Be a good thing to go maybe after the Christmas music at the Naval Academy. Go check out Ray Weaver, who is back from Denmark. He is going to be playing at Galway Bay. Galway Bay is getting ready to turn 20, and that's a lot of stuff happening next week. But Ray Weaver will be back there, and he is always a lot of fun. He gets underway at about 8 p.m., goes till midnight, and usually a little bit later. Speaking of Galway Bay, next week it's getting really busy with their 20th anniversary. On Sunday, they're bringing in a special keg of specially brewed beer. It's being rowed across the Chesapeake Bay, rolled up to Galway Bay, and they will tap that Tuesday, they are giving away some money for the 20th anniversary pub quiz. They've already given away $213,000 so far over the years, so that's pretty phenomenal there. Next Saturday morning, they are going to be tapping that new brew. And next Friday and Saturday, again, Ray Weaver will return. All that at Galway Bay. When you go in there, make sure you tell them all happy birthday. They're celebrating their big 20th. Speaking of big, there's a book sale by BIG, which stands for Books for International Goodwill. They're holding their first book sale since reopening in November, and they collect over 1,000 books a day, most of which are sent to underserved parts of the world to keep the books alive and to assist the growth of education and culture worldwide. Books that aren't suitable for those shipment are sold locally here. Very reasonable prices, usually only a couple bucks. And right now, they've got over 50,000 of them available. So if you are a bibliophile, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at BIG, which is at 451 Generals Highway. Also Saturday morning, you've got a chance to donate some toys to those less needy and get a seat with Santa. It's the Sofo Ho Ho Toy Drive. This gets underway at 10 a.m. at Station 8, which is the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. Station 8 at the corner of Bay Ridge Road and Arundel on the Bay Road goes till noon. This is the third annual one. It is a celebration of Christmas, and it is wrapping up their ongoing toy drive. They will have music, munchies, tours of the fire station, festivities, and yes, Santa Claus. So bring an unwrapped toy, come see Santa Claus, and check out the fire trucks at the Sofo Ho Ho Toy Drive. If you like the Annapolis Corral, you will love Live on the Farm. This is Live Arts Maryland and the Annapolis Corral and the Maryland Therapeutic Riding are coming together for a wonderful Christmas show and auction. It gets underway at 6:30 p.m. at Maryland Therapeutic Riding, which is up there in Crownsville. Tickets are still available. You can get them at liveonthefarm.org. And this will be great because you're going to have Ernie Green out there doing all of the holiday favorites. Another fundraiser, Shells and Bells. It's the second annual Shells and Bells, and this is hosted by the Chesapeake Bay Savers. This is going to be on the grounds of the Charles Carroll House, which is right there behind St. Mary's on Duke of Gloucester Street. Tickets are still available. You can get them at shellsandbells.org. Cocktails, wine, and craft beer, specialty Maker's Mark tasting, food stations, oysters, and champagne, live music, a heated tent, and a perfect view for the next item on our list, the Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade. That also gets underway on Saturday evening at 6 p.m., goes till about 8 p.m. Pick a street end park, pick anywhere on the water. This is a spectacle to be seen. All of the boats lighted up for the holiday season, and this year they have about 75 boats, I hear. It'll be a lot of fun. One of those boats is going to be the Watermark Harbor Queen. Now, with the cold weather, this is a good deal. Bring some food for the Anne Arundel County Food Bank. Get on the Harbor Queen for free. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay docked, but get on the Harbor Queen for free. It will be a break from the wind. You'll be able to get a drink and some munchies and watch the Eastport Yacht Club Lights Parade go right by, and that is a waterfront seat from Watermark. And if the Lights Parade's not your thing and comedy is, head on up to Stan and Joe's at 8 p.m. for live improv. Yes, Free Range Improv is upstairs at Stan and Joe's. Tickets are only $12. They are available at freerangeimprov.com. And you can probably get some at the door, too. And now that upstairs room at Stan and Joe's is really a fun room. I was there about a month ago when these guys were there, and it was a scream. So definitely get in there. The doors open at 7. The show's at 8. It is adult humor, guaranteed to probably offend somebody, which is the mark of good comedy. So that's the weekend. Oh, wait, I forgot about it. There's a little football game going on in Philadelphia. Yes, the Army-Navy game. It's the 108th Army-Navy game. President Donald Trump will be there. But more importantly, Ion Annapolis will be there along with Shellback Sports, and we will be bringing that game to you all day. We're planning to get up there about 11 o'clock in the morning, so make sure you're following us on Twitter at Ion Annapolis. We'll have a live blog going at ionannapolis.net. We'll have Facebook updates, audio updates, the whole 9 yards. Kickoff is at 3:10, just after President Trump flips the coin. That is about it for the weekend. There is a ton of stuff to do. You have plenty of choices, but no matter what you choose, please do it safely because we will see you here on Monday.
When you're a community bank, you help your community however you can. Like being there for local business people, backing them up when they start up, advising them when they ask, standing by them so they can grow. Helping local businesses is one of the most important things we do at Severn Bank. I'm Alan Hyatt, chairman of the bank, but I'm also a proud supporter of businesses in Anne Arundel County. You know we never forget that here at the bank, we are a local business too. We face the same challenges and opportunities as any business, and we know how fortunate we are to have customers who stand beside us. That's why we stand beside you. If you have a business or you want to start a business, talk with us, because we're banking on you. Severn Bank, here with you.
Online at severnbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Severn Bank is a trade name used by Severn Savings Bank.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.